I bought a whole box of old school Atari games in their original boxes from eBay, but there's a problem with over half of them. So we're going to have a look through all of these games and enjoy ourselves while we do it, but when we get to the second half of the batch, I'm going to show you exactly what the issue is. And it's an issue that the seller seems to have conveniently overlooked when putting his listing together in the first place. I'm not sure at the moment whether this was a deliberate scam on the seller's part, but I'm certainly speaking to him at the moment, and at the end of this video I'll show you what his position is on this matter. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to buy this batch is the condition of the boxes. Just look at this. I mean, this is really nice. You see, the condition of these was described as really good, and for the most part, well, for half of the cartridges, they are in really good condition, and so it's hard to deny that for half of this batch. But look at this Circus Atari. I've got a really strong nostalgic connection to the first kind of run of Atari games in the UK. Interestingly, I noticed the American counterparts of these games have had a number on the spine, whereas we never had ours numbered. Probably just as well, to be honest, because it must drive collectors mad trying to find the missing number in between two boxes on their shelves. But yeah, this is lovely. I mean, I can remember that the game itself, like a lot of the early Atari games, is somewhat basic, but oh, that's going to look nice on the shelf, isn't it? Provided I don't have to send all of these back. Let's see. Hey, Activision. Yeah, Activision are really fondly remembered in terms of their Atari games back in this period. The boxes, as you'll notice, are somewhat smaller than the standard Atari games, but there's something kind of really nice and compact about them. They're kind of like the Blu-ray to Atari's DVD, if you will. And of course this is a very standard skiing game, but again, very nice condition. It's absolutely lovely, isn't it? Yeah, you're probably thinking I'm quite ungrateful at this point, but I'll be interested to see what you think of the issue that I found in the second half of these games. And I also want to hear about any eBay issues, problems, or even scams that you've encountered down there in comments. Bowling. Now, I think I probably have this one already a couple of times, but not in this kind of condition. Yeah, I mean, it kind of almost looks like it might never have been played, perhaps. And the seller did tell me as well that, you know, some of these games even have the original receipts in them, which is pretty cool, I'll grant you. More Activision goodness. Star Master. This looks a bit like a sort of first-person Star Wars type shooter. As with any of these games, let me know down in comments if you've played them and you really like them. Casino, yeah. I think I've already got this one, but not in this kind of condition. It's very nice indeed. This was one of the games I think that I covered when I looked at the 100 games that come with the new Atari VCS console. You might want to check that video out. I'll put a link to it on screen at the end of this video so you can take a look, along with my unboxing video for the new Atari VCS console. But sometimes you need the physical game, don't you? I mean, that's part of what this channel's all about, as well as providing you with the retro rush, that giddy nostalgia hit. Are you feeling it when you see these games? Are you? Grand Prix. Easily mispronounced, but it is Grand Prix. Again, Activision looks absolutely lovely. The colours are nice and strong, unlike some of the other boxes we're about to see. Yes. Anyway, this is the first half. This is the great first half. It's a very strong first half. Yeah. I'm not particularly into racing games, if I'm honest, but what a nice box. This looks like it's more up my street. Chopper Command, more Activision goodness. What an absolute joy that is. Another racing game, but from Activision. Look at that cute box. Look at the cuteness of the box. The cuteness. No one can deny the cuteness of the box. Space War. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Very nice. Again, this is one of the very first Atari games, I'm pretty sure. And of course, Atari games always have these variations, don't they? Sometimes they're very small variations, but they can give you quite a few different variations for the game, and you know, sometimes increase the amount of time it's going to keep you engrossed for. Now, speaking of variations, here's the Atari game that I think probably has the most variations of them all. Space Invaders with 112 variations. Yeah, I think you can have your base invisible, or the invaders invisible, or moving barricades down the bottom of the screen that you're hiding behind. There's all kinds of variations there. And once again, this is in very nice shape. A lovely, lovely box. Yeah, classic, isn't it? Classic. Although, as I've said on other videos, here's something I don't understand about this game, and maybe someone down in comments can help me out here. Presumably, Atari got the rights from Taito to make Space Invaders and call it Space Invaders. So why do the aliens look completely different from the arcade game? Why didn't they make them look exactly like they do in the arcade game and make it, you know, as within the Atari's capabilities, I guess? Why didn't they make the aliens just look the same? That is my question to you. I hope someone can answer it. Tennis. More Activision goodness. I might play tennis with someone else, perhaps if I was playing on the rare occasion, especially these days in Pandemicsville, when I was playing a game with somebody else, I might play a game of tennis with them, yeah. Fair enough. And what a lovely box. Here's another lovely box, and this one I've put inside a clear plastic cover. I've just been experimenting where I got a new batch. When I bought this lot, I also bought some clear plastic covers that you can sort of fold into shape and house the cartridges in. And I think this looks really nice. It makes it a lot more shiny on screen here, but you know, on your shelf, it's kind of nice and robust. So that is the first batch of games. That is the first half of the games. Now let's have a look at the second half in which the problem occurred. Here we go. So Indy 500. This looks lovely, you might think. What's the problem here, Jason? What's the problem, you ungrateful wretch? Well, look at the vibrant orange colour on this side of the spine. And now let's compare to what? Like this kind of yellow blur on the other side because it's so severely sun faded. The seller neglected to mention this in the eBay listing. It's not there in the text, and it's certainly not there in the pictures because he only photographed this side of the boxes. Yeah, what do you think of that? You see, for me, that really, it bothers me. It bothers me especially that I didn't know. This was an auction, and so if I'd known, then I would have decreased my bid, you know, in a suitable fashion, appropriate to the condition of the cartridges. I mean, it's still very nice. It's nice in every way, I should stress, apart from that. Similar thing goes for this. Surround. I love this box. This feels quite nostalgic for some reason. Again, I think it's part of the initial run of games for the Atari, and I think it's probably just a really simple kind of probably snake type thing, and there's a couple of intriguing variations on the back. Surround and video graffiti. I'm not sure what that is. Does anyone know what that is? Anyway, lovely vibrant green. Not so vibrant green. I mean, admittedly, that's not so bad as the Indy 500, but it's still compare and contrast. This one is a bit milder. It's Combat now. I mean, you can make a whole video about Combat, couldn't you? This is the one that came free with the Atari VCS and a lot of fun. Bit faded there on the side. I don't think that's going to come across so well on camera, but vibrant versus a bit faded. Yeah, that's a bit faded. Fair enough. Not severely. And lots of variations. I mean, these games are not just variations. They're different games altogether. That's one of the appeals of Combat. You've got tank pong, biplane, invisible tank, jet fighter. Yeah, you got tanks. You got different modes of transport, different weapons to use. Combat was a lot of fun. Although it was a bit of a shame that it was only for 2 people. You know, as an only child, that didn't really cater to me all that well. But still, you know, fond memories. I'm not going to keep going on about the fading issue, but I probably will a bit. Anyway, Superman. I liked this game when I was a kid. I need to go back and revisit it, especially as people have really slagged this game off. I think I saw Nick Jenkins slag this game off. He wasn't keen on it at all. Is that right, Nick? Yeah. By the way, Nick Jenkins is one of my very favourite retro gamers on YouTube. I'll put a link down to his channel below. I just became a channel member of Nick's channel because I get so much entertainment value from his channel. So have a look at Nick's channel, see if you like it. Also, let me know, by the way, if you'd like me to do channel memberships. It's basically a thing where you can become a member of the channel by paying a certain amount every month. You get a choice of 3 tiers, usually, a little bit like Patreon. But I could show you behind the scenes stuff. I can make special videos telling you what videos are coming up soon. So let me know if you'd like to see that on the channel. Anyway, I have good memories of this. I rented it from the Lowestoft Library. Yeah, I rented this one and I enjoyed it. Vibrant. Not so vibrant. Outlaw. Yeah. fond memories of this. Oh, look at this. This, you'll definitely notice the colour difference here. Lovely brown, green, brown, green. Yeah, it's weird how sun fading can just be so severe that it changes the colour altogether. That's no good. Another classic, isn't it? It's also kind of really reminiscent of a game you'd see in the arcades with two very chunkily drawn cowboys shooting at each other across the screen. Yeah, air-sea battle, marvellous, marvellous stuff. Again, I feel like this might have been, was this 2 players? Oh no, it's 1 player or 2, so that's good. And various games, various different games to be had there, so that's nice. Quite vibrant, bit faded, yeah. Whoa, everyone likes a bit of backgammon, don't they, eh? Who doesn't like a bit of backgammon? Yeah. Anyway, this again is one of the first of the initial run of Atari games, and as such it does hold a lot of appeal. And you know, like all these, it's such a shame, this sun fading issue, because the rest of it is in really nice shape. Here's a more common game. I think a lot of us have got this one, and we certainly want to have it. It's Asteroids. I really like this Atari VCS version of Asteroids. I think it's pretty good. I kind of like the way that the asteroids are kind of fully coloured and filled in. It kind of it looks very nice. They're a bit flickery, but still a very good game. Now, as much as I've no interest in football whatsoever, look at the beauty of this. Yes, Championship Soccer. In fact, it's Pele's Championship Soccer. An added sticker, a hastily added sticker probably, shows us. Yeah, so I've got no interest in football, but oh, look at the beautiful green. That will look nice on the shelf, won't it? Slot Racers. Yeah, probably a very simple card game, I imagine. I don't know if I've ever played this one. Yeah, just casually showing you that there. But again, it's clearly from the very first run, very basic info on the back there. And how absolutely lovely. How absolutely lovely. Yes, very nice indeed. Here comes another beautiful green. I really love the colours of these cartridges. So nice. Yeah, golf. Perhaps not the most exciting of games, if we're being fully honest. But again, really lovely. And yeah, 1 or 2 players. That's quite good. That's a bonus. You can actually play golf against the computer at least. Actually, I'd really like to get chess for the Atari. I don't think I've got that one, and I don't think it's in this batch. Yeah, have you played Atari chess? Is it good? For some reason, I don't know why, I used to like chess, and it's coming back to me. Not quite so much as an obsession, but an interest, shall we say. Breakout, yeah, classic stuff. Classic stuff. Orange on one spine, very light yellow on the other. Yeah, but what a game. What a great game, and a nice kind of crisp box apart from the fading issue. Yeah, most people like Breakout, don't they? It's such a simple kind of formula, such a simple game, and yet really compelling. Basketball. That was a bit like that moment in Friends when Joey is doing that through the window to Rachel, going. Anyway, basketball, sport, I'm not particularly interested in that, but I am interested in the way this box looks. It looks gorgeous. And I think one of the nice things about the Atari cartridges, when you see someone on Instagram or one of the Facebook groups with a lovely collection of Atari cartridges, and they arrange them in sort of in that kind of colour spectrum kind of way, so it almost looks like a big rainbow across someone's shelf. I think that's really nice. Yeah. Missile Command, another classic, and really in good condition apart from that bit. Yes, Missile Command is of course a classic. You've got, funny enough, you're in command of missiles, and you've got to send them off into space to blow up some aliens, and what a pleasure the whole thing is. It's a classic, isn't it? Most people seem to like Missile Command, even though for me it does get quite frustrating. So it prevents, that's what prevents Missile Command from being one of my all-time favourites. I mean, Defender gets frustrating as well, but Missile Command, there's something particularly depressing about that, because you know that all your bases are going to get blown up in the end. Last game, it's an Activision one. Laser Blast. Yes, this looks very much up my street. I do love a shoot 'em up. No screenshot on the back there, but it tells, there's a whole load of blurb. So get ready, aim, and zap! It's Laser Blast by Activision. Yeah, you don't really need to know what the story is behind this type of game, do you? Not really. There aren't that many kind of Atari games with that much depth, although a couple that I have really enjoyed. certainly when I was a kid, were Riddle of the Sphinx, which I've got, I keep meaning to revisit, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. They were kind of like graphical adventure games, weren't they? Yeah, really, I really liked those games. Marvellous. So there we are. That's the batch. And, you know, it is a really nice batch. I'm sure you've enjoyed seeing them. It's just a shame that, you know, half of the spines are quite badly faded in most instances. Now, to give the seller his right to reply on this video, here's some of the stuff he told me when I raised the issue with him via eBay. I'm sorry they aren't as you expected. I thought I'd done my best to describe them as accurately as possible and also sent over many pictures for you to check out. Well, he didn't actually send me more pictures. He told me that eBay wouldn't let him send me more pictures for some reason, but he did add more pictures to the listing itself, none of which showed the sun-faded condition of any of those spines. The condition of the boxes was clearly displayed on the pictures. No, it wasn't. Not the whole box, and not one particularly important set of spines. I always list things honestly and post as many pics to back up my words as possible. Again though, you didn't show those spines, did you? No. In a further message, the seller said, when you say spines, are you referring to the edges of the boxes, like the spine of a book, as there were 2 pics in the advert of these, admittedly only one edge. Was this picture not clear enough? Now I read that back, that seems a bit sarcastic. You've admitted you only showed one edge, and you showed the edge that was normal, as opposed to the edge that was not normal and was quite severely sun-faded. Again, I'm going to keep talking to this seller, and by the way, if you manage to work out, you know, which auction this was, please don't message the seller at all, because, you know, I'm in perfectly good-natured comms with him, and I'm sure we'll sort this out one way or another. Now, get down in comments and tell me several things. What do you think of these games? Which are your favourites? Which ones should I play first and which should I avoid? And secondly, what kind of eBay issues, problems, or even outright scams have you had to face when dealing with eBay? Thanks for watching this video. Please hit like if you did like. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, don't forget to embrace your obsession.